Let's go live. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. So today I'm just going to do. I've been receiving a lot of questions about how I place or where I place my stop loss, and I'm just going to use, let's say, one pair. I'm just going to pick a pair that I don't. Let's say let me pick a Chinese pair. Let's say like China 50. So China 50 index. I've never plotted it, so you're just going to have a look at it and you're going to see how you're going to use stop loss. So for stop loss, um, I use this indicator. It's called the average trade range, or just abbreviated as ATR. So normally, if you come to indicators and just type average average, average true. It's average, not trend, average true range. So this is the indicator. It's called average true range, ATR. So once you click on it, it will update here, and then it comes like this. And this indicator, you can manipulate it. You can input the style. So I think the default, it comes with RMA, but I love using EMA, which is the exponential moving average. So, and my length is 20. I think it comes with 14 if I'm not wrong. So I use 20. So it just means that it's going to measure the last 20 periods. And you can change the style. You can give it a different color. I've put mine as red. You can, instead of using the lines, you can use circles. So whatever works for you. You know, you can put the price line just to show you where price is and everything, and just say okay. So it comes here, and this box, you can increase it as much as you want or reduce it if you're not using it much, because for me the only thing I need when I'm working with this indicator is just to point at it and see how many the points at each year. So for example, if I was to look at this market in front of me right now, which is China 50, and assuming I wanted to get into a buy. So if I wanted to get into a buy, let's say I look at this and say this is where the market is, and this is the liquidity. This is the liquidity point. So if I was going to get into a buy, maybe, or let's say, let me just use another one. Clone this and maybe put another liquidity point here. So if I was going to get into a buy, I look at it and I'm like, okay, this is a buy. I'm going to get into a buy at this level, which is at 130.96.0. So this is where I'm going to get into a buy. If I was to plot it, no, that's the wrong one. So this is long position. So if I was to get into a buy, I'll get into a buy at that particular point. But now, where am I going to put my stop loss? Some people, it depends on their trading strategy. Some people put their stop loss at maybe 20 pips from their entry point. So it can be here. Some people use moving averages. So like this is the green line is a 50 EMA and the red line is a 20 EMA. So some people will use the 50 EMA as their stop loss point. So if I was to get into this trade, then I'll point at the 50 EMA and look at the right. This is where the 50 EMA is, which is at 130 and 55. So that's where I'll put my stop loss if I was going to get into this as a buy. Some people will just look at the lowest candle, the lowest former lowest previous candle. So this one is the lowest former previous candle, and put their stop loss there. But for me, I use the average, the ATR. So what the ATR mean is I'll look at the lowest candle that I want to put my trade, my stop loss. So for example, when price went down, this was the last point that price reached. So if I move right, that is around 130 and 15. So if it's 130 and 15, now I will move all the way down to the ATR and see if my price is there, what is the ATR reading? So at that particular point, if you look at this point on the right hand side, it says price is 37.5 0.0. So this is what you do. So I will use this place, the last down candle, which is 130.18. So I'll just put 130.18 point. That is 130.18. No, 130.18.6. And if I come to the ATR, if I move from that candle down to the ATR, that is around 84.4. So I'll use that minus 84.4. And the figure that I'll get, so I'll just use my calculator here to calculate how much that will be. So 130.18.6, 130.18.6 minus 84.4. So that will give me 129.34.4. So 129.34.4, this will be the area that I'll put my stop loss. If I come back to here, so I'm using this, so I'm going to put my stop loss at 129.34.4. So this is 129.34, 1.29 34, so that's 50. So 34 will be around 34 is around this place. So this is where I'll put my stop loss. So why am I putting my stop loss at this particular point? So I'm putting my stop at this particular point because there are times that price is going, because the way the market moves, it moves in a way that price from here, maybe price will move like this, retrace all the way down and take that liquidity that's there, continue moving, come back, retest, and go all the way up. But what do I want? What do I want to with this move? Let's hold on. Let me clear here. Okay, so what do I want with this move? I want that when price retraces all the way down up to this level, because you've been in a trade at times that you enter here, but price will retrace and take you away. So price will retrace because you have put your stop loss around these areas. So price will retrace and take you off, and you find that price came all the way down and then reversed and continue going forward. So by using the ATR at the average true range, it means it cushions you from all this retracement, that however much price retraces, it still keeps you in the market. But then now what we are going to do, you're going to make sure that you're managing we are doing what you call risk management, that whatever trade I'm going to go in, it has to be in a ratio of 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, because for me to make for me to make profits, then I have to trade using this trading plan, that whatever I'm going to do. So for example here, this is 0. If I'm going to make money from this, it means I have to be making, so this is 1.3, so it has to be 1 to 3 up to around there. So yes, no, I think where is the ratio? Yeah, this is the risk reward ratio. So risk reward ratio right now is 1 to 0. So 1 to 0.7. So if I have to like make enough money, then what that means, let me just reset this and try to push this movement up. Continue looking at the ratio. So it means wait. So we have to get into the trade from there. So if you're going to make money, it has to be 1 to 3 or 1 to 2. So that's 1 to 2 or 1 to 3. So look at here. So if you're going to make money, it means I'm willing to risk all this big stop loss, but it means if the trade has to go up, I have to hold my trade up to that level. But it can as well be, does not necessarily have to be 1 to 3. It can as well be 1 to 2, just like that. So it means you're willing to risk this, but how much are you going to gain? That's it. So for any trade that I'm going to enter, this is what I'll consider, and I'll use this as my stop loss. But then what happens is I'm also very keen that immediately price moves up. So if this is my entry point, if price moves up to, normally I'll change it once it is 20 pips into profits. So as soon as 20, 20 pips into profitability, then all the way I'll move my stop loss from here up to my entry point. Entry point is what we call equilibrium point. Yeah, so don't forget that entry point, it can as well be referred to as equilibrium. Equilibrium point, it basically means that should this trade reverse, should it price reverse and go back downwards, it means I will not lose any money, because that equilibrium point is your entry point. So, for example, in this trade, you would have entered this trade at a point 139.3. So it means if you're going to move the stop loss into equilibrium point, is once price has made 20 pips into profitability, we'll move our stop loss into our point of entry, so that even if price reverses, we're not losing anything. It means you're still maintaining your account, and you can be able to continue trading another pair at any other particular time. At times, I don't move it exactly to equilibrium point. Maybe I'll move it into profits, like maybe 5 pips, so that at the end of the day, it's not that I'm going to lose anything. Even if price has to come back, then it means I'll have gained just 5 pips from that particular trade. So that's how I use the ATR, and you can use it as whether you're coming into a sell or you're coming into a buy. So just look at where you want to put your entry point, and look at the last up candle or the last down candle, and look at it and come to the ATR and see how many ATRs are that. At times it's just one ATR or two ATRs, and it will help you to cushion yourself from uh, price reversal. I think that's it for today, and leave a comment, like the video, and ask any questions that you feel you want me to have an input. Thank you so much, and looking forward for another session with you guys. Thank you. Bye.